Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Devin Rex for Art here. So today we're playing with some Art Foamies on the jelly plate and some other ways. And here I'm just showing my order of Art Foamies that I received in December, and I still hadn't played with them. So I've been away for a while, but now that I'm back, I thought, well, let's pull these guys out and give them a try. So here I'm just showing all the ones that I bought. And I've never used, well, I've used foam stamps before, but never Art Foamy stamps. So I'm just showing you the selection. And these tassels I thought were so cute, and they reminded me of something that Dee Dee Willingham had done, and I'm going to show that in a second. And these ladies, I thought they were gorgeous. So I can't wait to use those. And I'm not going to be using all the stamps today. I'm just showing you a little mini haul here. And this is the last set I purchased. You can go to artfoamies.com to look at all the stamps they have available. They have quite a selection. And they gave me a little free one. This is my free stamp. I do end up using this one today. It's quite cute. And I'm trying to get more organized, so I decided to put them all in a tote so that I can reorganize my craft room. So we're going to play on the jelly plate first, and I just put some black craft paint and this placemat I got from the dollar store. Their Easter stuff's out right now, so I use that just to make a background. And I thought I could pick up the paint with the stamp, sort of make a negative impression. And it mostly came off, but that craft paint was drying really quickly, so I couldn't do any other off stamping. So I decided to let it fully dry, and then I wanted to play with some alcohol inks. So I put them kind of randomly. There's a salmon color, I think teal, and then we're going to add some purple. And I was just placing the ones that I used back in the lid of this organizer from Tim Holtz, and it's quite handy. So I added more teal there and some, I think this is yellow, and I'm going kind of crazy with the colors. And I think that's orange. Yeah, orange. And here's some makeup I bought from the dollar store. I was thinking about my New Year's Eve stream that I did using pan pastels on the jelly plate. And I realized that a lot of people don't have pan pastels, so I thought it'd be fun to get just some dollar store cheap makeup to show people that you don't need all the expensive supplies. And the other thing to keep in mind is, because I'm going to be picking this up with paint, it seals the makeup down so you don't have to use it. So I highly recommend you check that out. Little self-promotion there. I've been having trouble. I was on vacation and then it got extended, and I've been having trouble getting my groove back and getting into making videos again. So it's really nice to be back at it. This is just some intuitive journaling, really. I didn't go in having a complete plan of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to use this makeup and the Art Foamies, but the rest is pretty much on the fly. So I hope you enjoy this journal page I'm going to be doing. I kind of end up liking the pattern of the black paint coming through, which you'll see in a bit. I put a little bit of blue for her eye there. And then now that I've put the finished putting that makeup on, I just go in with a bit more alcohol ink. And I wasn't sure if it would bleed through to the makeup, but actually it kind of just stopped right at the edge of it. You'll see coming up here, I go pretty close to her nose. And I'm just trying to fill in any spots that don't seem to have color. We want it nice and colorful. And there you see the ink just sort of stops right where the makeup starts. So that was kind of good. And then I added a bit of this 91% alcohol to get some of the areas to spread a bit more. It was a little bit thick. And the key here was to let all that dry. So I'm adding a little bit of shading onto the lady. And we're going to pick it up with some light portrait pink, I think it's called. And I almost thought I didn't have enough paint on, but it did work. And I was worried about that little blue spot. I thought maybe it wouldn't pick up there, but it does. So here in a moment, I'm just rubbing till it all dries. So we pick up the whole print and we pull it off. And you can see a little bit of makeup left over, but that can come off with some baby oil on the plate. If you've watched my New Year's Eve stream-a-thon, I do that several times. So here's the base for the page, and I'm just showing here how the makeup doesn't come off. It stays on there, meaning it stays on the page. And I'm trying to decide what to add here, and I'm trying some different stamps, and I settle on this lotus. Is it lotus or lily pad? I'm not sure, but one of the things they included in my order was this stamp buddy, which is sort of like a piece of foam on a backing, and it's supposed to be for mixing paint to use to load your stamp. So before I do that, I decide to put a layer of the portrait pink down first, because that orange and a pink I'm going to use are quite transparent, and I want just a bit more of opacity underneath it so that the colors will show. So I just do a quick stamp with this using my other jelly plate to load up the stamp, and I'm just wiping off my stamp with the baby wipe, because you're supposed to wipe them right away. So I'm using this stamp buddy, and I'm adding the paint to it, and it's quite thick, so the paint's just kind of it takes a lot of paint. It takes a lot of paint to load this up. I felt like I was wasting paint. I think if you're doing a lot of stamping with the same color, it might be worthwhile. I do use it a bit more, but I'm not sure I'd use it again. If anybody else has a better way of using the stamp buddy, or if they find it really helpful, please leave a comment below and tell me what videos to check out to watch, because I didn't find it worked for me. So I gave up and I just used my brayer to load up the stamp. But I got a bit too much in there, and some of it went in the little cracks, which I'm going to show in a second here. And I decided to do a combination of orange and PBO pink, which is like an iridescent color. I think it's a metallic orange actually. And then I'm wiping off. You can see there's some paint in this crack, so I went to the sink and I washed it with soap and water, got that all out. So I thought, well, I've got all this paint on this stamp buddy, so I'm going to use my little free stamp and stamp some images, and it works quite well for that now that there's lots of paint on there. So it does work. Maybe I just need more practice with it. And I'm wiping the stamp, and I decided to cut out these little birds to add to my page. I've covered the stamp buddy with a baby wipe to keep it moist, and I decided I want to do some more stamping to use up that paint. And I thought it might be a good opportunity to show that you don't need expensive stamps. Like Art Foamies stamps are not inexpensive, especially when you live in Canada, the shipping and exchange rate and all that. So I wanted to show you can make your own stamp. So here is just some craft foam from the dollar store, and I cut hearts using my die cutter, and I stacked them up to make a stamp. And I did, I think I have a video about this February of 2021, if you want to check out a bit more detail how I made those stamps. So here I'm just using the stamp buddy to load up those little heart stamps, and then I decide I'm going to wash that off. I went to the sink, soap and water, because they say not to let the paint dry on there. And now I'm just going to put some finishing touches on this page. I'm using some paint pens. These are some Jane Davenport paint pens, and I use some Posca paint pens, which is acrylic paint. And I'm just adding some details. I wanted to make the girl pop out a little bit more. And I do her lips in like this bright pink, which I found too bright, so I used the flesh colored Jane Davenport to tone it down a little bit. And I use the black to outline, just make some more interest in the hair. And I was pretty happy with that. And here is where I use that flesh colored paint pen to just tone down her lips a wee bit. And I'm going to make that flower stand out a bit more just by using the markings in there to line with a Posca paint pen, a white paint pen. And I go over the lines twice along the outside. Here's just some pink just to make it really stand out a little bit more. And yeah, so it's coming along. And here's where I do the second layer of the paint pen. And then I'm using this Faber-Castell Pip pen, which is India ink, to do a little dotted border around the edges. And then next, I think I use a black Posca. Oh no, so pink to just put some dots around her hair. What else? Oh, and then I decide to bring some of the green from her hair up to the flower. I put some dots in the middle, and then just outline it with the black Posca and cut that out. I'm going to glue it into a journal at the end. So I like how these three little birds look. I'm going to attach those in a bit. And I noticed that circle on her cheek would be a perfect spot to add a little bit of blush. So I used some paint pens to do that. and I think she's looking really cute. I decided to outline her in white to make her more visible and add a bit more black. Next, I'm cutting out the heart that I had done, and I'm making it blend in using the PBO blue green shift, and I outlined the birds just to make everything kind of work together. So I guess the color scheme, the main color scheme is really the pink, the blue, and the orange. And here I'm outlining the heart with pink, but I was off screen, sorry about that. Next, I'm going to add a quote. I wanted something about freedom or flying, and I found this quote, which I don't know who said it, but I quite liked it, and I thought it would be cute on this page. So the quote is, "Your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly." Little inspirational meme for you there. And now I'm just gluing on the birds using some Aleene's tacky glue. And that's pretty much the page. So I really appreciate you watching. Sorry I've been gone for so long. Welcome back if you've watched me before. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and please like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I added one more layer of the white just to make it really stand out a bit more. And some dots around the little heart. And I really enjoyed doing this kind of intuitive art journaling. I get a lot of inspiration from all of you, and I really appreciate all your kind comments. I enjoy watching YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's just a close-up, and I look forward to using more of these Art Foamies stamps. They're a lot of fun. I definitely need more practice with them, but if you have any suggestions for me, any videos you'd recommend, I welcome those in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. That's my channel name, Devin Rex for Art, and have a great day. Have fun creating. Bye now.